Before we begin, welcome to Cataholic. If you are the kind of person who has ever looked at a cat and felt that there was something deeper happening behind those eyes, then you are exactly where you need to be. This channel is for people who know that cats are never just pets. They are quiet observers, emotional creatures, and mysterious companions who are constantly communicating in ways most people never learn to recognize. Here on Cataholic, we slow down, look closer, and learn how to understand the hidden world our cats live in every single day. So, if that sounds like your kind of space, take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and become part of this growing community of people who want to love their cats more deeply and understand them more clearly. And while you are here, tell me in the comments your cat's name and one habit they do that you have never fully understood. Maybe it is the way they stare at you in silence, the way they follow you from room to room, or the way they suddenly roll over and show you their belly, only to reject your touch a second later. Whatever it is, write it below, because around here, every behavior means something. There is a quiet kind of magic in sharing your home with a cat. Think about it for a moment. We welcome these small, graceful predators into our homes, our routines, our private spaces, and our hearts. We feed them, care for them, and love them. And in return, they offer a companionship unlike anything else in the animal world. But the truth is, cats are not small humans, and they are certainly not dogs. They are independent, highly intelligent beings whose wild instincts still live very much alive beneath their soft fur and peaceful routines. And that is exactly what makes them so fascinating. Today, we are going deeper than basic cat care. We are talking about the secret language of cats, the subtle, emotional, and often overlooked ways they communicate with us every single day. Because your cat is always saying something, through scent, through body language, through eye contact, through touch, through sound, and through silence. The problem is not that cats are mysterious. The problem is that most people were never taught how to listen. But once you understand the language, everything changes. You stop seeing random behavior, and you start seeing messages. You stop assuming, and you start understanding. And when that happens, your bond with your cat becomes richer, calmer, and more meaningful than you ever expected. Let's begin with one of the most important truths about how cats experience the world. While humans rely mostly on sight and sound, cats live in an invisible landscape built heavily around scent. For a cat, the world is not just what they see. It is what they smell, what they mark, and what feels familiar. Their home is not simply a physical space. It is an emotional map made of safety, routine, and chemical signals. This is why your cat rubs their face against furniture, corners, your legs, and sometimes even your face. That behavior is called bunting, and it is one of the clearest expressions of trust and belonging a cat can offer. Cats have scent glands around their cheeks, chin, lips, and near the base of their ears. When they rub those areas against something, they are leaving behind pheromones that create familiarity and emotional security. In other words, when your cat rubs against you, they are not just being cute. They are saying, "You are part of my world. You are safe. You are mine. You are home." That is not a small thing. It also explains why many cats love being stroked around the cheeks, under the chin, and on top of the head. These are not random favorite spots. These are areas filled with scent glands and sensitive nerve endings that respond beautifully to gentle, respectful touch. When you pet your cat there, you are not only giving affection. You are joining in a ritual that feels ancient and deeply natural to them. Now compare that to the belly. Almost every cat owner knows this moment. Your cat rolls over, stretches out, exposes that soft stomach, and for a second it feels like an invitation. You reach in, thinking you have been chosen for the ultimate privilege, and suddenly the claws come out. It feels confusing, but it makes perfect sense in the feline world. The belly protects a cat's most vulnerable organs. Even the most relaxed house cat still carries the instincts of both predator and prey. So when a cat shows you their belly, it is often not an invitation to touch. It is a display of trust. They are saying, "I feel safe enough to expose my most vulnerable area in front of you." But the moment that area is touched, the body may react with automatic defense. Trust and touch are not always the same thing, and that distinction matters. One of the most beautiful ways cats communicate trust without physical contact is through the eyes. In the animal world, a hard, direct stare is often a threat. It can signal tension, challenge, or caution. But cats developed a remarkable way to soften that exchange. It is something cat lovers know instinctively, even if they have never had a name for it. The slow blink. If your cat looks at you with a relaxed face, slowly closes their eyes, pauses, and gently opens them again, that is not sleepiness. That is communication. It is one of the clearest signs of comfort and emotional safety a cat can give. In that moment, your cat is telling you, "I trust you enough to let my guard down." In feline language, that is affection, that is peace, that is love without noise. And the most amazing part is that you can speak this language back. When your cat is calm, try meeting their gaze softly, not intensely, and slowly blink in return. No pressure, no dramatic movement, just a peaceful, gentle response. It may seem like a small gesture to us, but to a cat, it can mean everything. It tells them that you are safe, respectful, and emotionally steady. That you understand the importance of calm presence. Over time, these little exchanges build an incredible kind of trust that words could never create. And trust matters even more when you consider how large and overwhelming we must appear to cats. To them, we are huge. We move above them, we reach down toward them, we pick them up, we interrupt their space, and often we do all of this without realizing how intimidating it can feel. Even in loving homes, many interactions happen from above, which can trigger caution in a species wired to notice power and movement. That is one of the simplest ways to deepen your bond with a cat is to get down to their level. Sit on the floor. Be still. Do not immediately call them, touch them, or try to convince them to engage. Just exist nearby in a calm, grounded way and let them decide what happens next. Cats thrive when they feel they have choice and control. That sense of autonomy is not stubbornness, it is emotional safety. And while you are down there, there is another simple practice that can become surprisingly powerful: hand feeding. Offering your cat a treat or a few pieces of food from your open palm is more meaningful than many people realize. It turns your hand into a place of safety and reward. It teaches your cat that your presence is not just tolerated, but trusted. That your approach brings good things. In a small but very real way, it taps into something primal: provision, gentleness, and consistency. Over time, this can soften fear, reduce hesitation, and strengthen the emotional bond between you. Now let's talk about sound. Most people think of cats as naturally vocal, but the truth is more interesting than that. Adult cats do not usually meow much to other adult cats. In many cases, meowing is a communication style cats have refined specifically for humans. They learned that we respond to voice, tone, and sound, so they adapted, which means when your cat meows at you, they are not just making noise. They are using a language built for you. Some meows are requests. Some are greetings. Some are complaints. Some are little emotional announcements. And then there are those softer, sweeter sounds many cats make, like trills and chirps. That rolling little sound they make when they see you, when they jump onto the bed, or when they walk into the room and notice you are finally paying attention. That sound often carries warmth and friendliness. It feels almost like a tiny hello, a soft invitation, a little emotional bridge between your world and theirs. Then there is the purr. Few sounds in life feel as comforting as the sound of a purring cat. It can calm a room, soften a mood, and make even an ordinary moment feel sacred. We often think of purring as a sign of happiness, and many times it is. But purring can also be more complex than that. Cats sometimes purr when they are trying to self-soothe, when they need comfort, or when they are regulating their own emotional state. So purring is not always just joy. Sometimes it is reassurance. Sometimes it is vulnerability. Sometimes it is a way of saying, I need peace, I need safety, I need closeness. And just as cats listen to us, they are also listening to how we speak. Anyone who has ever softened their voice around a cat has felt this instinctively. That warm, gentle, slightly higher tone many people use with their cats is not silly. It often works. Cats are sensitive to familiar voices, tones, rhythms, and emotional energy. A calm voice can lower tension. A harsh voice can create distance. When you combine soft speech with relaxed body language and patient eye contact, you create an atmosphere many cats respond to beautifully. But communication with cats is not only emotional, it is also deeply instinctual. Underneath the softness, every cat carries the heart of a hunter. No matter how comfortable their life is, their body still remembers the ancient rhythm of stalking, chasing, pouncing, catching, eating, grooming, and resting. That sequence matters. It is not just entertainment, it is regulation, it is fulfillment. It is one of the ways cats stay mentally and emotionally balanced. This is why play is not optional, it is essential. But the way we play matters. Many people wave toys frantically in a cat's face or keep toys constantly out of reach, which can create excitement without satisfaction. Cats are ambush predators. They want to observe, wait, calculate, and then strike. They enjoy the build-up as much as the catch. So when you play with your cat, slow down. Let the toy move like prey. Let it disappear behind furniture. Let it pause. Let your cat stalk. Let them prepare. And most importantly, let them catch it. That final moment matters more than people think. The catch is the payoff. It is the part that tells your cat the hunt is complete. Without that release, some cats can become overstimulated or frustrated. When possible, ending a play session with a small treat or mealtime can make the entire sequence feel even more natural and satisfying. Hunt, catch, eat, groom, sleep. That is the rhythm their bodies understand. You can also support this instinct through food puzzles and enrichment. Many cats actually enjoy working for food. It activates their mind, gives them purpose, and turns a passive routine into an engaging experience. For a species that is both intelligent and sensitive, that kind of stimulation can make a real difference in mood and confidence. And maybe that is the deeper lesson in all of this. Understanding a cat is not about controlling them. It is about respecting them. Cats are not here to perform affection in the obvious ways we might expect. They do not always seek approval. They do not always express love loudly. Their connection is quieter, subtler, and in many ways more deliberate. They choose. They observe. They test. They retreat. They return. And when a cat trusts you, really trusts you, it is not because you demanded it. It is because you earned it. That is what makes feline love so powerful. When your cat slow blinks at you, rubs against your leg, curls beside you in silence, greets you with a trill, follows you into a room, or settles into your presence without fear, they are telling you something meaningful. They are saying, in their own language, that you are part of their safe world. And once you begin to understand that language, your entire relationship changes. You stop asking, "Why is my cat so strange?" And you begin asking, "What is my cat trying to tell me?" That question alone can transform the way you love them. Before we end, I just want to say this. If you have made it this far, then you are exactly the kind of person this channel was made for. Cataholic is for people who do not want a shallow relationship with their cats. It is for people who want to understand them deeply, care for them better, and notice the quiet, emotional world hidden inside everyday feline behavior. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. It helps this channel grow, and it helps us build a community of cat lovers who are genuinely trying to understand what these beautiful animals have been telling us all along. And I would truly love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me your cat's name, their strangest habit, or the one behavior that made you pause and wonder if there was more going on beneath the surface. Maybe your cat stares at you while you sleep. Maybe they sit outside the bathroom door every day. Maybe they only purr when the house is quiet. Whatever it is, share it below. I read the comments, and your stories are one of the best parts of this channel. Thank you for spending this time with me on Cataholic. Until next time, keep observing, keep listening, keep loving, and stay close to the quiet language your cat has been speaking all along.